now, we're seeing a crack between some of his top advisors and his MAGA base. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both facing major blowback from their own supporters for not only backing, but encouraging offering more visas to highly skilled foreign workers. Over the Christmas holiday, Musk posted this online saying, "Think of this like a pro sports team. If you want your team to win the championship, you need to recruit top talent wherever they may be." He later added, "I'm referring to bringing in, via legal immigration, the top 0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning." He's talking about H-1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at $65,000, with another $20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online: "A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World, or Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell, or Stefan over Steve Urkel and Family Matters will not produce the best engineers."
Welcome back, family. We are back in the building again with another video that we must discuss, especially as Native Americans. We have a lot to unpack today. A lot of this that I am going to say have been said in previous videos. I begged and I pleaded and I saw this coming a mile away. Just a disclaimer, let me throw this out there. I love everyone. That's required of me. I love everyone, but I trust very, very few people. And this is an instance of that. In my previous videos, I was on the attack of Vivek, and I'm not going to even try to pronounce his last name, but I saw him for what he was. He is very clever. He is very wise. He knows how to say certain things to reel you in. And it sounds good, but when you're dealing with people of his caliber and of his culture, you have to read between the lines. And I saw that coming a long time ago. I wish I could play some mystical right now where he said, "I thought I told you. I thought I told you." That this man had ulterior motives behind what he does. And the truth of the matter is, he wants more East Indians to come over here just like Kamala. During the election season, I not only talked about Kamala and what a massive catastrophe that would be if she was to get in, but also in the same breath, I spoke of Vivek. Listening to what he has said in the past, I was not fooled by him one bit. And it would disappoint me during the election cycle how so many people was, "Oh, Vivek this, Vivek that, Vivek, Vivek, Vivek." I'm not going to even speak on Elon because that's a whole different subject that I don't want to get into tonight. But I want to focus on Vivek because I have been on his trail since I have had the revelation about him. And that's no cap. This man is a racist. This man pretends to be something he is not. And I can see right through him just like I can see right through glass. He is that transparent to me where I can tell that he's up to no good. And to be honest, to all of the Native Americans, and when I say Native, I'm talking about those who have been here beyond 5, 6, 7 generations, we are in trouble. And we don't even know it. The America that we once knew 5 years ago is gone. I don't believe there's any coming back from that. As a matter of fact, I was at the store today. I take my auntie once a month to go get her bills paid and her groceries and all that stuff. And my communities that I grew up in, that I remember sitting in the back seat of my parents' car on the way to and fro, whether it was to one of my grandparents' house, or if it was on my way home, or if it was to church, or wherever it was that we were going. My communities do not look the same. My communities have gone up within crime rates. Just these past 2 days, I have been in 3 stores, and every one of those stores, while I was in there, a theft took place where some type of associate was running out the door trying to catch these thieves that are amongst us. It is terrible out here. And let me just say this. Again, like I said in the beginning, I love everyone, but I trust hardly no one. I have a lot of people that are very dear to my heart that are legal immigrants. Those who are family to me. They're not like family, they are family. And one of the gentlemen a few years ago, I would say maybe 5 years ago, had to go back to Mexico to get his documentation straight. And when he was gone for those 3 years, I was miserable because he was so smart about vehicles. He could take a whole vehicle apart and put the vehicle back. We are family. That's my guy. That's my family. Another gentleman I met almost 2 years ago, and we started dating and getting to know each other, and we are still close to this day. If it wasn't for cultural differences and religious differences, that would be my husband. And so there are people that are good people that have come over here the right way, and I'm not speaking of those people. I'm speaking of the people who came in within these last 2 years or so, and I can identify what America is now. And I'm in a non-sanctuary state, allegedly, supposedly, but I am on a border state, North Carolina, and when I say that we are flooded, my daughter's school is flooded, my community is flooded. It used to be a time where I could leave my car running to go into the convenience store to pick up something, and everybody knew me in my community, and they knew not to take my car. But now, I lock up just to run in the store, and my eyes are on my car the whole entire time. But I don't trust it because I don't know who's who anymore. So that's what we are dealing with, and I wanted to throw that out there. But this Vivek, I am so glad that the covers are coming off about him, because I was terrified that President Trump could have chosen him as a vice president. I also said in another video that I fear 4 years from now, if JD runs for president, if he has Vivek as the vice president, no way, no how, no shape, no form should any firstborn hold certain offices, especially the office of the United States of America, the president. How can you lead a group of people who aren't even your people technically? You don't know our value system. You don't know. You might have an idea because you're first generation, but your parents didn't engulf you, and they couldn't engulf you in the American that we know, in the America that we know, because they were not from here. Their culture is totally different. And if we talk about other cultures, we are in terrible shape when it comes down to America. We have let in people who have different belief systems, who have different cultures, and some of those cultures may be adverse to our culture. When we talk about blood sacrifices, when we talk about different rituals, when we talk about different power structures, different practices, because in America you have freedom of religion. So if they come over here and sacrifice your dog or your cat, that's a part of their belief system in some countries, which are now over here. And we did not take any of that into consideration. We were not paying attention. But Vivek is a snake, and you have to be careful of him. And I hope people are starting to realize and understand that it's not about him, but he as well as Kamala, whatever you want to call her, they want those people over here. And that's not really what America wants or what America needs. Because if you look at their culture over there, it is vastly different than ours, and not in a good way. As As I said before, I did a video not too long ago, several videos on Vivek. When I started to peep out exactly who he was, and everybody online, all of the news stations, they were just praising him like he was the next best thing to sliced bread. And I saw right through it. But this lady right here, I've used her in several other videos. She breaks down why she would not vote for Vivek, even though she admired him and thought that he was very bright. She explains why he should never be president and why she would never vote for him. So let's take a listen.
And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian. We'll get back to that. I wouldn't say lose you.
Now, when she said that, and when she said it, the media went wild. They told her, or they mentioned that she was a racist, that, that was a racist comment, but she had a valid reason behind why she said what she did. And I totally agree with her. Now, she is an extreme right wing. I believe she's an author and a commentator, but I have noticed that a lot of things she says, I agree with.
She goes on to say that the reason why she would not vote for him are the same reasons I have, and probably many Americans on the same wavelength, is because in order to be the captain, in order to be the president, the leader of the free world, it's only right for you to have some type of backing, some type of history to where your family put in some type of work. I'm not talking about the first, second, and third generation, but I'm talking about these people who have put in work in the United States. Those who helped to build the country, those who helped to construct the country, those who helped in the latest legislative branch, those who helped in the judicial branch, those who were involved with the Constitution and its amendments, everything that made America great to the outside world. Those people who put in the work. And that's the reason why she said that she would not vote for someone of foreign origin. And that makes total sense to me. You can't take care of my house the way that I can take care of my house. Have you ever noticed that if you lend your car out to somebody, how people don't take care of your things the way that you would take care of your things? It's the same concept. Nobody is going to take care of these United States better than the people who forefathers and ancestors helped build the country. Period, point blank. So it wasn't a racist statement. It was maybe harsh, a harsh reality for some to hear, but I would not call that being racist because she did not come from a racist standpoint. Her intent wasn't racist. She had reasonings as to why a foreign person who is only 1, 2, or third generation shouldn't be or shouldn't hold the office of the president of the United States. It makes sense. Let's carry on.
He is racist. In India, in East India, they have a casting system, and I did a video on this. I just want to touch on it. They have a casting system where if you are of darker skin, if you're not like a light-skinned Indian over there, you are treated badly. And that's the type of sentiment Vivek has. He's about the same complexion as I am when it comes down to complexion-wise. However, his hair texture is totally different because we're different. We come from different cultures. However, I understand that he wants to get as many of his people over here as possible. Now, when it comes down to this, I think it's HB1 visa, where they want to bring in more people, and most of these people that they are talking of bringing in, where Vivek is concerned, these are just people, ordinary people from East India who wants to come over here for an opportunity. America will not be the way that we once remembered. It's changing, and I don't think it's going to change back. But we have to be careful when we put certain people in these offices. If they knew a long time ago that technology was going to run everything, why didn't you push the STEM program a little bit further or a little bit harder to American students. When we go to these PTA meetings, when we have career days at our schools and stuff, you could have had a parent meeting pushing this agenda, letting parents know how important this particular program is so that we can direct our kids in that manner. Why do we spend so much money in education, but the education that our children are getting will not benefit their future, will not benefit us in the future? Yet and still, we're spending money, taxpayer dollars, in the education system, and it's not producing the results that we need for tomorrow. Yet and still, you want to bring outsiders in to do that job. Why not train the children that we have here? You can start with the middle school children. You can actually start in elementary, introducing them to some of these practices. You can introduce them in elementary school, further it in middle school, and take it up in high school to where they have a great deal of knowledge by the time they graduate, where they can walk into a technical job, or they can walk into some type of job and maybe work that program for a little bit and then go to college. Whatever the case may be, the point is the education system that we're paying for is not going to be a benefit to our children tomorrow. And that doesn't make sense to me. Yet and still, you want to bring over some more people. We're trying to push people out, and now they're trying to bring more people in. It doesn't make sense to me. There is another agenda going on, and if you know, you know. But anyway, I'm not going to hold this video any longer because it's already past the time I wanted it to be, but I just had to talk about Vivek. I thought I told you. And I hope you all see what is going on. Take the blinders off. Understand where people come from. Know where people come from. Because at the end of the day, and this is even with us, self-preservation is real. I'm going to make sure that I can preserve myself before I can preserve somebody else. So if I feel like that, and the majority of people feel like that, what makes you think that these other people that are coming from other nations and other cultures, that they're not just trying to get their foot in the door in order to pull off their agenda? It's happening as we speak. So let me know what you think. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. May the Most High bless.